Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Ghana is the listening government we have been praying for. You know, we've had issues with transport over the years, and the problem is being solved gradually. So if you go to Circle, a conductor which Ghanaians term as a mate, and the driver has been arrested, and the arrest is going on and on and on and on. Some happen in Kaswa, but the current one we are going to talk about, or that has triggered this conversation we are having today, is something that happened in Circle. Circle. I don't know why Kaswa is in my head, because most of this issue has been happening in Kaswa. Yes, it has been happening in Kaswa. So a conductor, as I said, a mate, and a driver has been arrested over overpricing. I don't know if the grammar they make sense, but yes, let's go on. They are overpricing, which is from Circle to Dome. They are charging 20 cedi instead of 10 cedis. So they are overpricing. And therefore, the GPRTU task force, in collaboration with the police, arrested these two people for overpricing.
How the fabric and the mommy? I don't grab best.
Ladies and gentlemen, these things are happening in Ghana, and the problem is being solved by the GPRTU task force and then the government of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, so last year, 2025, this incident started where drivers and conductors decided to overprice, even though when the fare was dropped. Now, let me take you back middle last year, 2025, when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the current president, the listening president, decided to connect with Ato Forson, the Minister for Finance, to work things out for the price of fuel to reduce from 17 to somewhere 12 cedis. Now, when the fuel prices reduced, they had to release a statement without having a meeting with GPRTU that fares have to be depreciated. Transport fares have to be depreciated to 15%. Cut off. Now, when this statement was made, GPRTU took it into their head and said that no, the government is not respecting us, because if something like this is supposed to happen, they don't need to make decisions like that. They need to work in teams, because they are bodies that, they are bodies, part of bodies that come together. Inti GPRTU patch say, omo yensa government ni ya kuma na omo yeti. Into omo kwantimi decide man sa no what you say intimi decide my whole body no. So they need to collaborate. No man who say that ebeye. So the government also didn't pay attention to that. They thought since they are government, they have made their declarations. And getting to late 2025, we noticed that there were not enough public transport in the system. Now, if you are not in Ghana, public transport is termed as Trotro. Yes, Trotro. That's the long or the short buses. They are known as Trotro. And they are known as Trotro because they believe that when they pick you from one point, they are going to drop you. Before they get to their destination, or they take you to your destination, they will have to drop you piece, or they have to drop people piece. So in piece, no, in Ghana, our language, they call it tro, like dropping you in piece. And that's how they got the name Trotro. Yes, that is a short history I'm giving to you guys. Go to your history class and learn more. Now, when this statement was made by the Minister of Transport, which is Joseph Bukari, when he made that statement without the consent of GPRTU, they decided to, speak to some of the drivers to retrieve or to come out of the system, keep their public, buses or their transport into their houses, or stop, working. So we noticed that transport became scarce in the system, where consumers, or how do they even call them? Passengers, yes, began to, worry. And some of them will close late from work. They will not get cars to their homes. Some of them will be forming long queues to, get cars to their, their destination or wherever they want to go. So when this thing happened, the Minister for Transport released bus or, big buses into the system to make it more easy. But that didn't solve the problem after Christmas. It couldn't solve the problem. Right after Christmas, which is 2026, we began to, experience the same issue to the point that Honorable John Dumelo, Ayawaso MP, had to, organize some buses for some people who are moving from that Ayawaso constituency to their workplaces and stuff. You get me? So this thing happened to the point that in 2025, there were some boys in Kumasi that availed themselves to punish or to put discipline into some driver's head. Drivers who are thought of overpricing, and some of the things they were doing were not just overpricing. What they did is that instead of them using the normal routine they do, that is, maybe let's say if they are moving from Circle to Kaswa, straight from Circle to Kaswa, they decided to change it from that system. Now they will move from Circle to Malam, and they will take a short money, and they will move from Malam to West Hills Mall. They will take another money, and from West Hills Mall to Kaswa Station, and they will take another money. So if you are moving from La Paz to Kaswa, by the time you get there, you've paid about 4 transport fares, and this is what was happening. So when this thing happened, the government took it into consideration, even though there were people in some places like Kumasi and some places like Accra.
Tomorrow, Muji 15 cities, 10 cities. And one of Kofu is saying, say, overpriced and at least from macro to from KGT to macro, 3 cities, 50 pesos, 3 cities, 70 pesos. Into Muji 5 cities and I say 7 cities per normal, but 10 cities need 15 cities there. I know then, so we walk chronoman, and I say, so the first one was our first chronoman, and Franco, and I say, Nekabe. Omo ko abohone then I said the enka. I have to say, I don't know, so me wow we name star uniform we boa me white. Me name so me came for so me MTT different so. And almost your monte so na driver ni mate ni so monte so no mo ye mense mo. And ba kokwatin e ka so any monte so de any more passengers ni na nsisi. And as so mo sisi na ba kokwatin front say. Not passengers no front for no kwan see and the major stem why front for no kwan see front for no see no major stem front for no see no and police ni ba kokotna minim ba kokotna front so mo muntu car no na so mo makasi see it's a driver ni ntia so mo passengers na see no no need car so akwani chede na ni car ni Na tinti kese no buy no be pata. Na mate me kan de o kan de no de ade ni jam no say wo mu ade on. Wo mu ade on. E de no kan say ke me no ni ntokwa no ti driver ni mate ni e bro mu sa no because of overpricing. I know di na me twa bo mi o. Me bisa wo mu mpo say makro mu beji me 10 cedis ana. Beshe we kwasinia na we shadi say ubisa omune sa jonki my for ndo japan ene ye de matem na me kama no tum gina wodi ntimi gina wa me peka na ntokwasi na animo ana me se ma ho bi ntimi me ntwa nkyere mo nti eno no ho ntokwa ene ekoso nya agro sisters ni enuanom ene abusiafo tumasi kejeti apani behwe ma me fo ni gina wona adai yo ma bokro no adai na omunyim se de omu ye na ye kro no ana because I know you
discipline these conductors, but they were not listening. They were not adhering to, this alignments these people were trying to put in place. They were not paying attention. So in 2026, as I said, one man who is in the name of David Abuado, the public relation officer of the Concerned Drivers Association, came out saying that Honorable Joseph Bukari Nepe has to resign, or they have to strip him of his position.
The government has to sit up and analyze the situation and let us all solve it amicably. But if I will say something right now, I will say the Minister of Transport supposed not to be at post again.
You want the minister sacked?
That is what I'm saying.
The transport minister must go.
The transport minister must go. The reason why the transport minister must go is this. He is not performing. He is not performing in his ministry. Why am I saying this? When you go to Gold Board, the CEO over there is performing well. We are all giving him credit. When you go to finance sector, Honorable Setepe is performing well. When you go to Atuforsen is performing well. When you go to Bank of Ghana, the governor over there is performing well. When you go to MPA, fuel was 17 cities, now 10 cities and 11 cities. Is it not performing well? So what is the transport minister doing at his office?
Because he is not doing things right. He is not sitting with the GPRTU. He is not sitting with the drivers to cause an agreement or to form an agreement to settle things over the depreciation of prices. Because when they said it last year, they didn't agree. They still didn't depreciate. Most drivers were still using the old fare. Because it is time that when prices reduced, fuel prices reduce, they have to reduce the fare. But these drivers were saying that if you go to Abosokai where spare parts or car spare parts are being sold, they had not reduced, they had even increased. Even when dollar reduced, they still had increased the prices. So when this issue happened, this one we are talking about, David Abuado, who is the public relation officer for Concerned Drivers Association, came out to say that the minister, Joseph Bukari, had to resign. So on 14th January 2026, the Minister for Government Communication, who is Kwachi Ofosu, in the accountability statement, he made that the transport minister has requested a meeting with GPRTU, which they are on the edge of solving this issue. So the meeting was held, and after the meeting was held, they came into an agreement that they are not going to cause the increment, and these two bodies agreed. So when they agreed, the GPRTU requested these drivers to, come back, since they were the one who told them to overprice and go and stay in the house. They told them to come back. Now, in their return, these drivers insisted not to change the prices. They decided not to change the prices. They still decided to do that short money taking, and they still decided to, overprice. And this is where the GPRTU noticed that, no, we told you people to go and sit in the house. We told you people to sit in the house, but you are still overpricing. We told you people to not overprice, and you are still overpricing. Therefore, they have to release task force. Task force is a new security system that the government has brought in charge of. In the form of replacing the police in some part. not replacing them solely or wholly, but replacing them in some parts. So this task force were around right from, I think, 20th January 2026. They were around, moving around to see drivers who are overpricing. But unfortunately, for some drivers, 26th or 27th coming, some drivers were caught. But the current one happened this 28th, 2026, in Circle, where a car which was moving from Circle to Dome, which the normal fare is 10 Ghana cedis. This conductor and the driver decided to overprice and double the fare to 20 Ghana cedis. And when this thing happened, the task force had to arrest these two people.
How the fabric and the mommy? I don't grab a best.
And then take them to wherever they're supposed to take them. Either the cells or prison, wherever they are supposed to take them, they have to. And when this news or this video came out, people started clapping for the government of Ghana. The resetting is ongoing. The resetting is ongoing. And I think they need to do this. Because when I started this video, I was mentioning Kaswa. And these are the people who are doing that. These are the people. Drivers overpricing. Some are even charging a fare of 10 cedis. They are charging 30 cedis. $30 Ghana cedis is what they are doing. And then they have to arrest these people one by one to reset. Now, one driver came into the system, or who is supposedly to be a driver concern, saying that we are not treating the drivers right. And this is his analysis.
Nobody be here. And then the same tomo. Oh, wholesale. My tomo 1.8. Yo, 1.8. Oh, my 24. But what go find out the extra on the name traffic? Or tomba could be a 15 city. Who check 15 city? That's a 3.6. That's a times 2. Who got 1.8? Ever Tonya verse 1.8 times 2. They do a tomba quarter saying. But who my full card, yeah? Who expects a meme lot of friend, a meme fool about the fool? $30. That's it, right? Come and uncle for the testimony. No, 2.7, 2.5, 2.6. So say John the money Muhammad, I better 1.8. But who I go find 1.8? As I was what tip one or Tomako 15 city. What do I care? 15 city. What do I can quarter where we are the first of 1.8? Most of us don't have phone quantity of Budipa. But I don't know no or Tony Manager, Mongas only answering your muscle. Massa. Come I am not driver for more from no. I don't have connection. Then you fool and the currency. The property pass, the talker on your man. Oh, go from 1.8. A boy, oh, by a 20. 15 number so 1.8 double. But double need a mistake, I must say. That one area. Because you are one from her. Young corner, my boy, you will be the other side. But not already, they are more than
Now, from this man, he's trying to say that if you go to the market or if you are walking at the roadside, 1 can of Malta Guinness drink is sold for 15 cedis. But if you go to the wholesale to buy the carton is sold for 180 cedis. Now let's do some mathematics here. We are going to do some maths here. 180 cedis, according to the guy. Now, when they sell it for 15 cedis, they have to get 15 cedis times, let's say, the carton has, according to the guy, the carton has about 30. So 450. You understand? 450. And they are making twice the amount of the normal price. So if they are telling drivers to reduce the amounts they are putting on their fares, then they have to come to these people. And this is where some citizens were like, no, you are saying the wrong thing, because you are not supposed to say this. We are resetting the country, so we need to start from a place, and it will descend to all these people. So you don't have to say this thing. So they started chastising and lambasting this man we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what Ghana is doing. The government of Ghana is doing. So Mr. Man, whoever you are, it is resetting. It is starting from somewhere. So understand that since they are fixing the transport, they will fix Abuso kind prices. They will come and fix food price and other commodities as well. And I believe that they will come down to house rent. Because Ghana right now, no, I think the only policy NPP have to bring to come and overtake Mohammed's government is to talk about, how do you call it, building. I'm friend is saying rent. Yes, rent is killing people in Accra here. If you are in other regions that you are not seeing, in Accra, it's dying people. It's taking the water out of their body. It's dehydrating them. Yes. So MPP, the only thing people can bring on board is to stabilize rent and reduce rent. If not, if NDC does that thing, or they do that thing, people are coming back 2034. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what is happening in Ghana. And I didn't say the last part. I was influenced by my production team. So don't come for me saying that I'm MPP, I'm NDC. No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is happening in Ghana, as I said. If you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, like it. Put your opinion in the comment section. Let us know, because opinion I like knows is ABDS. So let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that we bring you the update and whatever is trending, whatever is going on in the world and in Ghana, as well as the whole world, globally. You understand? My name still remains the highest cook at the beautiful ladies verifier, Jinwa Wanzi, and this is Let's Cook inside Low-Key Studios. And you know how we do it. When we close, we say what? Voila.